All right, let's get this thing rolling. I want to thank everybody for joining me, Michael Bumpus. Going to talk some Hawks, but first we got to show some love to our sponsor, Snoqualmie Casino. Go to snocasino.com and holler at them. I've been to Snoqualmie. They got a nice cigar lounge I visit, crap tables. I mean, it's nice out there. It's a little drive for me, about 45 minutes, but I go and do that. I get it done. All right, so let's talk about these Seahawks, right? So last week we talked about the Jets. I was a little nervous about the Jets. Not because of what I saw on film, not because there's someone who just popped off the screen and I'm like, man, these guys are going to get it done. Just because they were desperate. And desperate teams throw haymakers and sometimes they connect on the chin and you never know what's going to happen. This is the NFL. You have to respect every team. This ain't Alabama versus North Southern East Western University. This is the National Football League. And this team is desperate, and they have guys on the team who are being paid to play this game. So I wasn't nervous. I was a bit concerned. I just wanted to see the Hawks come out and do their thing. What happens? First drive, Jets get the ball. They go down the field, put 3 up on the board. I'm like, all right, let's see how these guys respond. Since then, since that first score, that 3-0 score, 40 unanswered points. This was the game that we've all been waiting for. This is the biggest win by the Seahawks since 2012 when they beat the Arizona Cardinals 58-0, I believe the score was. They scored 58 points. I believe Cardinals didn't score any. But we needed a game like this. The Hawks needed a game like this. I don't care that it was against the Jets. I don't care that the Jets were 0 whatever they were. You needed to come out and establish yourself. Against a team who hasn't won a football game, you want to see them dominate, and that's exactly what we got. We've been waiting on this performance all year. Now, Russell Wilson was 21-26, 206 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now, people are going to knock Russell Wilson for that interception. Yes, make better decisions. DK wasn't open. But let's not forget that Russell has made his money this year tossing the ball up to DK Metcalf and giving him a chance to make a play. You guys remember that drive against the Vikings? That 4th and 10? DK was covered. Russ threw it up. DK made a play. Now, where you have to get credit is to that DB. I mean, it was Hayes, or Hay, I think it is that last name was, who tipped the football to himself, one hand grabbed it. I believe the pick was better than the poor throw from Russell Wilson. But besides that, guys were touching the football. Russell threw the ball for 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. DK got 1. Uncle Will got 1. The rookie Freddie Swain got 1. And don't forget, Demo Swag, number 83. All he does is make plays. He got a touchdown as well. So the positives, Russell was spreading the football around, and that's what we wanted to see. Another positive, quick game. That very first drive, I charted every drive that game. That first drive, I saw a zone run. I saw a quick game. I saw a jet sweep. I saw another jet sweep to Penny Hart, who got his first touch of the year. Big ups Penny Hart. And then the longest play of that drive was a 19-yard pass to Freddie Swain, who got his 2nd touchdown of the year. Freddie Swain, and if you look at the beginning of the season, I broke down Freddie Swain. I felt like he was going to contribute early. You listen to Pete Carroll talk about Freddie Swain. He says he knows what he's doing from every position. As a young receiver, that's tough to do. When I was in the NFL, I focused on one position. That was the E is what they called it back in the day. And then from there, I started focusing on other positions. From training camp, Pete Carroll said Freddie Swain has learned every position at the receiver spot. So that is going to give him opportunities. So Russell Wilson took care of the football for the most part. All right, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. DK was 6 for 61. Lockett was 5 for 52. Disley 2 for 23. Freddie 2 for 22. Carson 3 for 22. D-Mo 3 for 20 and a touchdown. Jacob Hollister 1 for 20. And the rookie, Kobe Parkinson, was 2 for 16. He got his first receptions as a professional this game as well. Spread the love, then Penny Hart. It goes down as a reception, but it was really just a little toss sweep. Spreading the football around, that offense looked good. So now let's talk about the run game. This is what we really all been waiting for. Chris Carson had 12 for 76 and 1 touchdown, averaging 6.3 per carry. Before the half, he was averaging 9 yards per carry. Safe to say that Mr. 32, what it do, Chris Carson, is in his zone and he's ready to go. But let's not forget his backup. Carlos Hyde was 15 carries, 66 yards. And it's nice when you have two backs who get in, get it done, and there's no drop-off. It is a drop-off in talent, I guess, but there's no drop-off in production. Carlos Hyde, 15 carries, 66 yards, averages 4.5 yards per carry. You will take that. I've said this plenty of times. If the football gods come down from heaven and they say, look, you're going to average 4.5 yards per carry, you good with that? I'm going to be like, yes, football gods, I will accept that. That's exactly what happened here. As a team, the Hawks averaged 4.8 yards per carry. Demo had a carry for 9 yards. Penny Hart had a reverse for 19 yards. I've been hearing about Penny Hart all year. All year, been hearing about Penny Hart, how he's killing it during practice. It's nice to see him get a touch. Now, we're starting to see this receiving core evolve and expand. So right now, there's DK, Lockett, Demo, Freddie, Penny's getting in the game. Don't forget Josh Gordon is waiting in the wings, ready to go. All right, let's talk about this defense, though. This defense, honestly, this defense played well against a weak football team, but what do you expect? If this defense were to give up 20 points to get the Jets, how are you feeling right now? How are you feeling right now? If this defense gave up 20 points, they did what they were supposed to do against a weaker opponent. What they did do caused turnovers. Could have had more turnovers. All right. Who had a pick? I'm sorry. Where am I at right now? I'm losing it. Jamal Adams should have had a pick. Ugo Amadi should have had a pick. KJ and Puna were fighting over a pick. But the fact that they were in position to make those plays is what makes it better. There was a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. They won the turnover battle. That's what you want to see. You want to see Russ throw for touchdowns. You want to see this defense take the ball away. When this defense wasn't playing as well as they are now, the thing that had going for them is that they were turning the ball over and Russ was taking care of the football. Hawks kind of got away from that. Russ started turning the ball over. The defense wasn't taking the ball away. But now we're seeing it all come together, and it's nice to see. I get it. It's the Jets. They haven't beaten anybody. They don't have anybody. All right. But, man, you got to get it done. Ben Day 91, thank you. Snacks did force that fumble. Snacks also led the team, tied for the lead with 6 tackles. So now when you have an interior lineman like Snacks making these tackles, you know what that says? That means the run game is shut down. And let's look at the Jets' run game. They only rushed for 69 yards. 69 yards they rushed for. So that means Snacks was getting in the mix. That means Reed was getting in the mix. That means those those linebackers were cleaning things up. I like what I saw from this team. This was a team that they were supposed to dominate. I was nervous because in my 4 years of covering the Seahawks, I've been at this 4 years covering them, they've never dominated a team until tonight. This is the biggest win since 2012, like I mentioned earlier. Some guys I feel like we also need to show some love. Ben Burke-Kirby got in the game. All you UW, I'm a Coug. You see it. I'm a Coug, but I show love to UW. And seeing guys like Ben Burke-Kirby in the fourth quarter, seeing guys like Cody Barton, Lyndon Stevens, you had Geno Smith. Geno Smith was the first time since 2016 someone other than Russell Wilson attempted a pass in the game. They got Geno in the game. This is like Friday Night Lights. You're blowing the team out. What do? You get your sophomores and your juniors in. You make sure everyone touches the field. You take care of your starters. You make sure they leave this game healthy. That's exactly what happened. Bad part of the game, 66-yard kickoff return. But you know what? They didn't get any points off of that. The kicker from the Jets. Oh, my goodness. Bless his heart. What's his name? Oh, I got to look him up. What is his name? Sergio Castillo. My man. 1 for 4. Kicking that rock. I believe they released him or they brought someone else in to compete with them. I hate seeing guys lose their job. But, man, poor Castillo. Your job is to put the ball in between uprights, and he just didn't do that. But you know who does do that? Mr. Myers, the kicker for the Seattle Seahawks, has kicked, I believe it's 29 in a row. 29 in a row. He's one away. Merry Christmas, Mello. He's one away from tying franchise record from Orlando Mari, who was there when I was a Seahawk. Big up Orlando. He was the first guy I've seen drive a Fiat. That's not even shade. That was the first time I've seen a Fiat. It was in 2008. Orlando Mari was driving the Fiat. All right, what else we got? Michael Dixon. Michael Dixon's been playing well. He's been dropping the ball inside the 10 consistently. He might be a Pro Bowler. Also, y'all make sure you go online and you guys vote for these Seattle Seahawks. There's a bunch of Pro Bowlers, I feel like. KJ, Bobby, Russell, DK, Lockett. Ooh, Adams, naturally. Okay. There's at least 6 to 8 guys who should be getting votes to be a Pro Bowler this year. All right. Any other headlines I got for you? Geno Smith was 4 for 5, 33 yards. Only sacked once. Geno was sacked once. Russell, 0. Sacked 0 times for the first time this year. And let's not forget to mention that right tackle spot. We saw 3 or 4 guys in that spot. I mean, we saw Chad Wheeler. We saw Shell was gone. Obuehi was gone. Wheeler stepped in, did his thing. They protected Russell Wilson. All you haters are going to say, yes, it's the New York Jets. I get it. You can say that about everything I'm going to say right now, but you got to take care of the teams that you are supposed to take care of. Let's look at these team stats. How were the Hawks on third downs? Hawks were 6 for 11 on third downs. I went to Washington State, not the greatest math school, but that tells me they were higher than 50% on third down. You will take that every single day of the week. Meanwhile, the Jets were 4 for 12 on third down. Like I said, 1 sack. The Jets gave up 3 sacks. Hawks only had 4 penalties for 35 yards. They're playing efficient football. They had 1 turnover, and that was Russell trying to give DK a chance to make a play on the football. Overall, this was a good game. A game these guys needed, but now they got to go back east and play the Washington football team. The Washington football team. Don't sleep on them. We were on here last week, and guys were skipping over the Washington football team and focusing on the Rams. Don't do that. I'm telling you, do not do that. This Washington football team is good. They have a top 5 defense. They're number 4 when it comes to sacking the quarterback. We'll see who starts at the quarterback spot on Saturday. It could be Alex Smith. He has a strained calf. If not, it's Haskins. Either way, they have a receiver in Terry McLaurin as well, or McLaurin, who can get it done. All right? So we're not going to dive too deep into the Washington football team because I want to save some of that for the next time we hop on, okay? End of the day, Hawks are 9-4. Let's look at the standings. They are second in the division right now just because the Rams hold the tiebreaker. I feel like they will clean that up. They are 4th in the conference right now. Green Bay and New Orleans Saints are sitting at top at 10-3. Honestly, I think the Saints are going to lose one more. They play the Chiefs and Drew Brees is not going to be available. All right. When it comes to Green Bay might win out, man. They might win out. They have the Panthers, the Titans, and the Bears. If we're hoping for Green Bay to lose a game, I think you have to put your money on the Titans, roll the dice, and hope it gets done. I don't think Green Bay is going to lose again this year until the playoffs. I think they're going to get that number 1 seed. The best that the Hawks can do, in my opinion, right now, is the number 2 seed. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just win out. Win your division. Right now, it's about winning the division, getting another banner up at Lumen Field. Get another banner up. And keep things moving. All right. That's all I got for you when it comes to last week's game against the Jets. Don't come at me. I know the Jets are bad, but if the Hawks would have won 14-3, y'all be lighting me up right now. Okay, but you're not lighting me up because it was 40-3, man. Offense got it done. Defense got it done. Only bad thing is the Hawks turned the ball over and gave up a big return of 66 yards. Other than that, these guys were good. The Jets did not cross midfield the whole second half. Okay, you want to see that from your defense. Jamal Adams, I forgot about this. Jamal Adams had a sack. He now holds the record for the most sacks by a DB in a season. Big ups to Jamal Adams, and he's got more to come. He ain't stopping there. I guarantee you. What we at? 3 more games left. I'm going to say 3 more sacks. 3 more games, 3 more sacks. That's what he does. All right, now I'm going to open up the floor to you, the 12s. What questions you got for me? I'm going to scroll back up top because I saw some questions flying in. All right, let me see. How about Jamal Adams breaking the sack record? Well, just spoke on it. Jamal, 1 in a million. 1 in a million. You're not going to see another guy like Jamal Adams. At least I don't think I'll see another guy like Jamal Adams in my lifetime. Love seeing that dude play. All right, what you got? Why aren't Shoddy and Pete not utilizing Lockett much? Lockett had 5 targets, 5 receptions, so he did his thing. I think what is making it seem like Shoddy and Pete aren't utilizing him is that the deep ball isn't there anymore, because everyone knows the Hawks will want to go deep. That's what they do. Last game was the first time I saw them throw 3 or 4 consecutive checkdowns. Quick game. At this point of the season, the Hawks are going to have to start nickel and diming guys down the field to go for 11, 12 play drives and do it that way. Later in the game, I think it'll open up. But, I mean, he's getting utilized. He got 5 targets, 5 catches, man. Shoot. I'd still be in the league right now if I got 5 catches, 5 targets a game, right? But can't be upset with that. I think he'll be okay. All right, what else we got? We got... Shout out to you. Hey, shout out to you, Cricket Curtain. Appreciate you, man. All right. Ooh, I asked you, who should make the team? And you said Swain. Good call. Hey, you know, every now and then, man, blind squirrel finds a nut. There you go. There we go. What other questions we got? Man, y'all not hitting me. All right, I'm going to the recent ones. Give me something. All right, Ben Day, do you think Dunlap will end up getting re-signed next season? I think so. I think he has to lower expectations as far as money. And that's what this year is doing. It's allowing guys to really buy into this, right? They're like, look, we cannot pay everybody. We're going to pay our names, but we cannot give everyone prime dollars. So how are they selling? What are they selling to these guys? Culture, winning, scheme. Those are the things that are going to keep guys around for the low. I don't expect them to lowball everybody, but they cannot pay everybody top dollar. All right, Neo, what's Dunbar's status? Dunbar, all right, so Pete Carroll said Dunbar doesn't feel any worse. So he's not necessarily getting any better, but he's not feeling any worse. I think he'll play this week, but I also think that he's going to be on a pitch count. I think they're going to constantly check in with him, give him 1 or 2 plays, get him off the field. Let's talk to the coaches. Let's talk to the doctors and see how you feel. If the Seahawks come out and they're just dominating, they're doing their thing, then there's no point for Dunlap to be in there. You take him out, you let him sit, you tell him, hey, you're a coach now. That's what you tell your veterans, your ballers, right? You're a coach now. Coach these young guys up, be a good teammate. Hopefully that's the situation. But if it comes to dogfight, you might see him in there because you still got to beat out the Rams. All right? Here we go. Yo, Bump, you think Ugo will lock up his starting nickel job next year? Is he good enough to play outside? Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, too. Do I think if he'll lock it up? No. Marquise Blair, remember that guy who got hurt early in the season? I think him and Marquise Blair are going to battle that thing out. And I think they should. And if they end up battling it out, that's good for the football team. That means they have options out there. Could you imagine now? This secondary is going to have Marquise Blair, Ugo Amadi, Quentin Dunbar, DJ Reed, who might be one of the biggest pickups of the year, Trey Flowers, Shaquille Griffin, the safety, Jamal Adams, Diggs. I mean, they're going to be loaded, man. So he's going to have to battle, but I think he will be on the football team. All right, Dumb Truck. Will Kid Norton Jr. get an extension? Woo! All depends on how this year finishes. Pete has had Kid Norton's back this whole year. He's like, look, it ain't all on him. This is my defense as well. He's telling us, I'm on the Danny Gallant show every Monday at 9:30 interviewing Pete Carroll, and he's been telling us from the jump, look, we're going to get better. We got to get guys healthy. We have to learn our responsibilities. It's not all Ken Norton's fault. It's my fault as well. So I think there's a chance. I seriously think there's a chance because Pete is a loyal guy. He's a loyal guy, and I think he might take care of Ken Norton. Not a definite answer for you. I'm sorry, because things change week by week. Now, this defense looks like basura. If you're Latin out there, you know what basura means. If they look like basura the next 3 weeks, then I think there's a possibility. All right. Do you think this is from Oedipal? I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I'm sorry. Do you think Penny will contribute in a playoff run? And do you think Seahawks run game needs to use more trap scheme? All right, let's go to the first one. Do I think Penny will contribute in a playoff run? I think so. He might play this week. He's getting healthy. And, man, we talked about this earlier during the week on a different show. You got 3 running backs now. And the thing about running backs is they need to get in a groove. They need to find a rhythm. They need to get into a flow. If you got 3 running backs, Chris Carson needs to have his 10 to 12 touches. Carlos Hyde needs his 5 to 6. So that leaves what? 3 to 4 for Rashad Penny. So it's all about getting him into the groove. Early, he doesn't need to get into a groove. He just needs to show that he's healthy, touch the football, and, just feel it a little bit. But I think if they do make a run, he will contribute. Now, your second question, do they need to use trap scheme more? No, I don't think they do. And the reason why I don't think they do is because I like the zone. Zone is pretty much man on man. Boom, we're double teaming this guy. We're getting to the linebackers. I like zone because it's downhill right now. Every now and then, you got to mix it up. You throw your traps, your powers, I get all that. But initially, I like the zone because it gets guys downhill now. And Mr. 32, what it do, loves to get downhill. He's going to make the first guy miss most of the time. So I like the zone. I like the zone concept. You always sprinkle some other stuff in there, but I'm rocking with the zone. All right. What up, Heston? What up? Okay, what you got, Heston? Will Sherman return to the Seahawks next year? Man, wouldn't that be nice? Now, y'all were mad at Sherman when he left. Y'all were mad. He's a traitor. He's this, he's that. Y'all got to understand, this is a business. Okay? And Sherman wanted that money. He wanted a new start. Relationships change. Will he come back next year? I think it's a possibility because the Hawks have a knack for bringing guys back. That's a bar right now. The Hawks have a knack for bringing guys back. All right. I think there's a possibility. If the money's right, the situation is right, he might be good to go. But who are you going to replace? If the Hawks can get him to sign for cheaper than Quentin Dunbar, who hasn't done much this year because he's been banged up, might be a possibility. But next year, Shaq's going to want to get paid. He's contract year, baby. And Shaq's playing all right. He got 2 interceptions. Shaq's playing okay. Is it a possibility? Yes, it's a possibility, but the money got to be right because why? This is a business. Okay. What else we got? Is it Super Bowl or bust? This is from Neil. At this point, it is Super Bowl or bust. Are they a Super Bowl team right now? I think they need to show more consistency offensively and defensively, even though the defense has been playing well the last, 2 or 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, defense has been playing well. But they need to show consistency. I think with the names on the roster, it is Super Bowl or bust. But then forget the names. Let's live in reality. Okay? Russell Wilson's turned the ball over a few times. The offense hasn't been firing on all cylinders, minus last week against the Jets. And the defense just has to continue to show that they can lock guys down. Ask me after the Rams game. I think after the Rams game, we'll have a good picture if these guys can make it to the Super Bowl. Because the Rams are tough, man. Top 5 in offense and defense. Not too many teams can say that. They might be the only team who can say that, honestly. Top 5 in offense and defense. Ask me after the Rams game. What else we got? Does Borgie have a chance to play in the NFL? We talking Cougs? Man, this is the Seahawks, baby. But yes, I think he does have a chance. Got to support my Cougs. You see us go Cougs. All right. Will they keep Philip Dorsett for next season? Man, no disrespect to Philip Dorsett, but we don't even know what he can do. And Josh Gordon is about to be activated here pretty soon. You have your top 3 receivers. You got your Lockett, DK, Demo. You got Josh Gordon. Freddie Swain is making noise. They might not have to sign him. And if you get rid of a guy like that, you save some money. Why you want to save money? Because it's all business. It's all business. Nothing personal. It's business. If they can save money because they're getting production out of these younger guys who are cheaper, then you go that route. You save some money. You put that money elsewhere, maybe on that defensive line, maybe on the offensive line. Who knows? We'll see. You always have love for Sherm. I feel you. I got love for Sherm too. All right, this is from CM Burrows 84. What will Russ be cooking when Gordon comes back? What will he be cooking? Man, you got Josh Gordon. You got DK. And they seem like just some down south good cooking. I don't know where Josh Gordon is from, but DK went to Ole Miss. So you got to go with that fried chicken, that gumbo. That's what Russ. Let's go gumbo. You know why Russ is going to be cooking gumbo? Because there's so many things in gumbo. So many things. All right. You got so many options So with so many things in gumbo, so many options, that's what Russ is going to be cooking. But that don't just mean he's throwing the rock. Cooking also means you got to slow it down. Sometimes you got to turn the heat down on the pot and let it simmer for a little bit. That's when you hand the ball off. Boom! Gumbo. That's what he's cooking. All right. What we got? What are the chances that the Hawks can get the #1 seed, or is that it's out the picture at this point? There's a chance. Green Bay would have to lose, which I don't think they're going to do. The Saints would have to lose, which I think they are going to lose against the Chiefs because Drew Brees isn't there. But Green Bay would have to lose a couple of games. I just don't see that happening. I think the #1 seed is a wrap. It's all about winning the division, getting a banner up in Lumen Field, moving on from there. I just don't think. Okay? I just don't think so. All right. 2 more minutes. Any more questions? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. What y'all got for me? What you got? Baron Adolfo, you just joined. What's up, man? Shoot me a question. What you got for me? If not, I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to shut it down. All right, another question. Can hot routes be adjusted in the moment? So a hot route is an adjustment. It is an adjustment. So if I am a slot receiver and the guy over me blitzes, if I'm running a seam, a corner, an out, a hot route to me is now I'm just looking for the quarterback because the guy over me blitz and there is some space. So can the hot routes be adjusted? It can be adjusted if the whole second level of the linebackers blitz and I'm that slot receiver. I can adjust my hot route, to replace those backers over the middle of the field. But a hot route is just making yourself available. And it all depends on your offense. It all depends on your chemistry with your quarterback. But essentially, hot route just means like, look, forget my route. I'm going to give you a chance to get it to me. If I don't get the football, then I'm going to continue on with my day. All right. Will the Seahawks draft another defensive lineman or offensive lineman? And that's a good question. So who we got on O-line? You got Posick, you got Lewis, you got Upati, you got Brown, you got Shell. They might draft an offensive lineman. Upati's getting old. He's still serviceable. He still gets it done when he's in there. But if there's anybody on that offensive line that you kind of want to back up and make sure he's good to go, then it's Upati. But you still got Jamarco Jones. You still got Jordan Simmons. You got Chad Wheeler. There are some other guys who are serviceable. But ain't nothing wrong with having a bunch of bodies in that offensive lineman room. So I see that as a possibility. Okay. Did you ever have to pull a Lamar Jackson? Everyone thinks Lamar went poop. Went #2. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I've never left a football game to go into the locker room, unless I was injured, and that was like once or twice. So no, I've never pulled a Lamar. But Lamar did some legendary stuff last night. He showed up, 4th and 5, dropped a dime. Baker Mayfield responded, drove him down the field in 47 seconds. Lamar gets the rock, drives back down, gets it to the greatest kicker of all time in Tugger, puts the game away. Love it. Last question. Do you think they will keep Shaq, Carson, and Adams? Yes, I do, and I think they should. Shaq is the best corner we have right now. Haven't seen much out of Dunbar. He's been hurt. Carson is the best running back we have right now. He's going to want some money. You got to pay the man. And then Adams is the best safety in the game. Him and Buda Baker. You got to keep those guys. All right? Hey, that's my time. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Hey, tap in with your boy. All right, follow me. Michael Bumpus 5 on Instagram. Michael Bumpus 5 on Twitter. And see you here Tuesday, maybe even Thursdays. Holla at me. All right, you guys have a good one. Appreciate you.